So today is my birthday, so thank you in advance to everybody that said happy birthday to me. Today is also the beginning of the last year of my 20s. And that might sound somber or morose or negative, but I guess I'm just trying to be real. I've been thinking about how to say this and put my thoughts into actual concrete words for the last couple of weeks. But if I had to look back and talk about my 20s, I don't know that I would talk about them favorably. Now, I don't want to sit here and placate and pretend and lie and say that I didn't have any joy in my 20s. I absolutely did. But I think, like so many of us, the negative outweighs the positive. And that's always been the way that I am. You know, I've moved in my life from crisis to crisis, never letting myself feel the joy or feel relaxed or feel like something else bad was going to happen. So that's what my 20s were. You know, it was all the negative stuff that I experienced as a kid and never got past. Now I'm experiencing it as an adult, plus more things. I mean, I felt alone in my 20s. I felt abandoned at times. And I felt pain and suffering and agony and great depression in my 20s. And I tried to, push forward through that. And I started college. And I thought I finally knew what I was going to do with my life. I was going to become a pastor. And then I had some real questions that I needed to answer before I could become one. And that led to me questioning more things because that's the way my mind works. And then I needed to take a step back from things, and then that became, the place that I love the most, my church. Then I had separated myself from that, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted and what I believed. And then, I put all that pain and loss, as though I wasn't good enough for my church, I put into my job at the time, which I loved. And then that too, fell away and abandoned me. And then I thought I found love, and I was wrong and used and abused and treated like a doorstop. And that's something I don't talk about. I've just suffered in silence for the most part, at least when it comes to my channel. And it's just, so when I think of my 20s, I don't think of it in a positive way. If I had to sum up my 20s in one word, probably sad, depressed, unworthy, unsure. Unsure is a big one. And I think what I need to do is be happy. And there's a song by NF called Happy that I've really, really connected with. And it's something that's really, really important. So I'm just going to read some of the lyrics here for just a second. Something that just really hit me. Living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel, but I'm too proud to open up and ask someone to pick me up and pull me out of this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. And, I heard that song within the last 6 months, and I don't know what I would be like if I was happy. I've had so much joy in my 20s, but I can't see past the negativity in my life, and I hate that. So since this is the last year, I decided this was the best time to change things. I could easily rewrite my 20s in 1 year. I could do that. And it's weird to think, what is, the end of your 20s? What does that mean? As you get older, it means a little something. I'll never be 20 again after next year. And that's weird. Definitely weird. Because then I'm going to be 30. But I'm making this as a promise not only to myself, but to you. That this next year of my life is easily going to be the happiest of my life. I can't tell you how I know. I'm essentially going to will it to be. I'm going to try and look at things more confidently, have confidence in myself, be assured by myself, believe in myself, I'm going to try to not be negative. I'm going to try to not complain, not argue, just try to go with the flow and be the best version of myself. Which sounds like something everybody always says, or it would be on a poster with a bumblebee. But I want to know what it would be like, what my life would be like if I was happy. If I finally just stopped trying to be in pain. If I stopped trying to live in my agony. And just say, this is who I am. I'm sad. And I don't want to do that anymore. So this is the call to arm, blowing of the freaking goat horn or whatever, where this next year of my life will be the happiest. And on my 30th birthday next year, you guys will have a video that will show all the joy that I have had in 1 year of my life. And I will close out my 20s feeling as though I have, in fact, accomplished quite a bit. And I think on this road, I can finally heal from some things that have been plaguing me for a decade or more. And I can finally become the person that I was, in fact, always meant to be. That God has always seen me as capable of becoming. So I can't wait to bring you on that journey. And, happy 29th. Can't wait for 30. Let's do it.